Hello everyone, and today we will tell you about the movie Big Ass Spider. The film greets us with shots of a destroyed city. The US Army is shooting somewhere, or to be more precise, at a giant spider that crashes a helicopter. We come back for a couple of days. It's Alex. He works as a disinfectant. Mrs. Jefferson hugs him and takes him to the parasites. Then she rubs some nonsense and finally gives a candy with marmalade. When suddenly a spider runs over Alex's shoulder, Alex says that this spider is poisonous. You just need to not move, and he will slide down himself. But Jefferson thinks completely differently, and that's why Alex ends up in a local hospital. There, he does not want to say what happened to him. In response, the girl calls him a clown. In the morgue, something begins to open the body bag. The doctor does not notice all this and becomes a mini snack. However, in the next frame, he just comes to the reception and tells how someone bit him. The guard assumes that it was a zombie cat or a monkey. Then Alex replies that, after all, it could have been a spider. You need to put yourself in the spider's place and start thinking like a spider. And somewhere along the highway at this time, a convoy is passing, which is heading to this very hospital. Alex gets to the morgue. In an attempt to find a spider, they find some remains. The guard says in a serious tone that a Spider-Man monkey is involved in this. Alexa takes off her nail polish and tries to think like a spider. In an attempt to find the spider, they break out the ventilation, and Alex asks the guard to squeeze into the ventilation, but since he refuses, Alex has to personally climb into the darkness. The army is already cordoning off the clinic with might and main, adding that they accidentally sent the object to this hospital. At this time, the spider notices a new treat. Grandpa sees it all and tries to press the button, but it's too late. He also becomes dinner. Alex, being a tough nut, makes his way through the ventilation and out onto a huge spider web. The flashlight goes out, and thanks to Alex's incredible mind, he lights a lighter but still gets to some compartment. At the moment, scientists say that the spider should already grow 4 times and that it is growing exponentially, which means that it will increase by 25% every 4 hours. But they make it clear that all this time, Alex was on the side of the army and transmits everything he managed to learn. The spider has become a little smarter, which is why he throws the jar to distract himself. For such a trick, Alex gives the spider a couple of cents. The spider almost manages to attack Alex, but Carly, who arrived in time, protects him. Then the spider decides to repay the homeless man with the same coin, and he does it perfectly. The guard says that he will become for Alex like Robin for Batman, like Keita for the Green Hornet, or at least Sancho Pancho. A report with a huge spider is broadcast on TV. The scientist says that the 3rd stage of growth has already begun, but we are transferred to Alex, who understands that this is a giant black widow, and they have an idea where to look for this spider. At this time, a special forces squad is making its way into the sewers, where they manage to find the spider's lair. There are, according to preliminary estimates, about 20 cocoons. The scientist notices that the spider has started shedding again. This operation is watched from afar by Alex, who decides to call and ask if they have caught a spider, after which Joe assumes that the spider may be on the mountain where the entertainment complex is located. The first victim, as always, is some grandfather. The drone also notices a spider the size of a whole tree. Alex is stopped by the police, and Alex offers a small donation of $12. Suddenly, a message is broadcast on the radio, and the policeman is forced to let them go. The spider eats everyone who gets in his way, but as always, Alex appears and knocks the spider down. Well, at least he was going to do it. Eventually, he leaves him and the spider runs after him. All this time, a military drone has been watching them. They also decide to call him to warn about an ambush a couple of meters ahead. But Alex does not understand what they are talking about and just drives on. The military starts firing all weapons, but they can't hurt the spider, and all because the spider uses the machine as a shield and a projectile at the same time. And then, in one leap, he jumps over the military formation. The squad goes after the spider. The general orders the use of thermo grenades, but there is a small problem: the spider destroyed almost the entire squad. Alex comes to the rescue and frees the girl, and Sancho Pancho runs out from behind a bush with a gun at the ready and manages to drive away the spider. The squad takes advantage of this and runs away to the car, but the spider has other plans to catch the girl. At the headquarters, the scientist declares that very soon the spider will enter the 5th stage. Alex wants to know what it means, but he doesn't really like what he hears. The scientist says that this is an anomaly of alien origin, which occurred during the crossing with microorganisms straight from Mars, and all for the sake of a giant tomato that can feed the whole world. The spider became a small misunderstanding. During the experiment on tomatoes, the spider accidentally hid between tomatoes, which also gave him growth hormone. Alex declares that he understands the mind of spiders, which means he will not arrange a nest near the settlement. But in fact, the spider just runs around the Chinese district, after which it climbs to the local mayor's office. But he didn't like this building, and he finds himself a local skyscraper, the one from the beginning of the film. And on the camera from the helicopter, it is possible to notice Lieutenant Brand. This information is transmitted to Alex, and the general gives the key, adding that Alex has 24 minutes to save the lieutenant. Along the way, Sancho Pancho offers to set the spider on fire, which Alex agrees with, because you can use this big match. The general reports that they have 10 minutes left to climb to the 60th floor, but before they could drive up, debris fell on their car. When Alex comes to, there was complete devastation everywhere. He brings Sancho Pancho to his senses under heroic music, and the two of them head to the spider. And thank God the elevator is still working, but there are cocoons everywhere on the floor they need. But even so, they quickly release the lieutenant, which cannot be said about an office worker who still becomes a snack. The spider is knocked down and it falls to the very bottom. Everyone celebrates the victory, without suspecting that the spider is still alive. Sancho Pancho runs to Alex with a bazooka at the ready, which manages to neutralize the spider, so to speak, to transfer it to the 6th stage. Well, the Secret Recap channel was with you. We hope that you liked this issue. Write about it in the comments. See you very soon. Bye.